Do your weeks feel organised, consistent, under control? Do they feel as though there's a regular kind of routine and a rhythm to them so that you're productive, you're on top of things, you're organised and you know what's happening? Or do they feel much more like organised chaos where who knows what's happening next and everything's coming in at you from all different angles and you never entirely feel on top of anything? Do you feel as though you're constantly winging it and just about holding it together? Now, I'll let you into a secret that is not unusual. And let's be honest, usually you've got about 8 billion things that you would really love to get done in your business. So it's very easy for things to feel a little bit out of control and a bit slapdash and feel as though you're, your seat of the pants all the time and trying to work out what's going on. But I want to share with you a little kind of a routine, a habit, a template that you can create this week that will help you to put more kind of routine and more consistency into your weeks so that you feel as though you know what's going on, you can forward plan better, you feel as though you're getting things done an awful lot more, and you kind of feel like you're in control rather than the day and the diary being in control of you. Now, what I want to talk to you about is you may have heard it talked about by some people as a default diary. I tend to call it your ideal week. So the idea is that you map out your week, you map out what essentially would be your perfect week. So if there was nothing hitting the fan any particular week, no sudden disasters or catastrophes, no last minute requests and things like that, then you map out your ideal week. And you can colour code it, you can put it onto something like an Excel template, you can put it into your online diary or into something like Trello. Don't worry too much about the format. Whatever format works for you is totally cool. A piece of paper, a couple of highlighters, that's also absolutely fine. But what you're looking to do is map out your business so it looks almost like your old school timetable, but instead of double maths, you've got double invoicing or something like that. And the way to think about this is to do a bit of a brain dump about everything that you would love to get done consistently in your business. So you will have, you've potentially got client work in there. You might have networking meetings in there. There'll be some things that are obvious, fixed meetings and regular things that happen. You may well have marketing on there. You might have prospect meetings on there. You might have things like creating content. You might have making videos or something like that in there. You might have things like managing your pipeline or, keeping track of inquiries and leads and potential customers and actually making sure that you're nurturing those and going back to them consistently rather than the kind of seat of the pants approach of like, oh God, I was supposed to talk to such and such 2 weeks ago, as is so often the habit. So it's almost a case of thinking about what are all the things that you would love to get done in your business that you really struggle to find the time for. Maybe developing processes, creating templates, developing a checklist for what you do with a new client. So there's loads of different things that you could think about there. Anything to do with your processes, with your marketing, with all of your business development stuff, and work out how to slot each one of those into your diary each week. Now, a couple of key things that I would say is don't make this overly busy. Sometimes the temptation is to put loads of, half an hour blocks or an hour blocks and make everything really, really meticulous. If you make it overly meticulous, you probably get to about Monday lunchtime before you lose the will to live, because it's just too challenging. You're literally trying to be too disciplined and too ordered, and in a way that business doesn't really tend to accommodate. So keep things a little bit flexible. You might also want to actually add a time slot in each day for dealing with stuff that happens. If you're the type of business where most days you've got either somebody from a customer or somebody from your team who contacts you with a query, if you're regularly having to answer questions, then put a specific time slot into your diary each day for when you're going to deal with the stuff that comes up that day. So rather than allowing that to interrupt you constantly through your day, you've actually got a really clear time for when you're going to deal with all that stuff that has a real habit of just jumping up and totally stealing your focus. Think as well about when your energy is best. So you're looking for, if you're a morning person, then things that need better focus and they need you to be more diligent, put those things in the morning. Whereas, more relaxed, mundane stuff, for instance, you'd pop in the afternoon. But that all depends on you as well. So the perfect thing here is that you can build this around what works best for you. Now, this is something that would take you a few weeks, possibly even a few months to really perfect. And what happens with a lot of people is that they create this, they try it for a couple of weeks, it's not really working, so they chuck it out of the window. Whereas actually what you need to do is you try it for a week, you look at which parts work and which didn't, and then you adapt and you develop, and then you look at it the next week and you work out which parts are working. And over time, you will just find your groove with this, and you'll really work out how to make this fit your natural working style, fit all the key things that you want to get done during the week, and help you to feel organised, in control, proactive, like you really know what you're doing, and you're working on all that juicy business development stuff, but not feeling too hemmed in all at the same time. So that's my little tip for you for this week, is really think about building that default diary or the ideal week structure for you each week. Would love to hear from you if this is something you already do, if it's something you've tried with success or without, and any more tips that you've got as well. So drop in a comment, send me an email, and of course share this with anybody else you think could benefit.